Hello and good evening, everyone. I am Gary Gatto, and welcome to P1's broadcasting coverage of Round 2 of Season 3 of the Votive Indy Oval Series. As tonight, we come to you from Echo Park Speedway. As always, joining me in the booth for expert analysis is Luis Gonzalez-Nunez. Luis, welcome to Echo Park Speedway.
No, Gary, don't give me that. Say it in the correct way, please. Start over again.
Okay. Hello, everyone, and good evening. I am Gary Gatto. Welcome to P1's broadcasting coverage of Round 2 of Season 3 of the Votive Indy Oval Series. And tonight, we come to you from Atlanta Motor Speedway. As always, joining me for expert analysis in the booth is Luis Gonzalez-Nunez. Luis, welcome to Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Now I feel more like at home. Yeah, welcome to everyone. They have a Atlanta and 122 Fahrenheit track. We have a kind of qualifying experiment, qualifying everyone in the track. We're talking about if it's INDYCAR have that format, but in oval they have it in road, but no in oval. Like everyone in once made the qualifying. So sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. But Hunter and Gray, we have the fastest lap for now in the track.
Yeah, we are doing open oval qualifying, which I believe they've never done in INDYCAR history. This might just be a way that the session was made. But we have 13 seconds left, and now 10 seconds left as drivers are trying to come up to speed and get one more lap in. But Hunter Ingrave provisionally on the pole at the speed of 220.3, and that is it.
It is hard to make the fastest lap here because the people getting in the wall. The setup, quality setup, is not for draft. It's not adjustment for draft. It's adjustment to be alone without draft because you go faster. Thinking about it, in turn 2, you're going to the wall and you have to be like a little adjust the throttle to put the car with draft. But it's not like you can do it, yeah, for sure, like Hunter did or Raybon or Ward did, but normally it's not like a properly way.
Well, let's take a look at tonight's starting lineup. But we got a 5-minute warm-up period, so we will sneak in the starting lineup here. As we will, cars will get out there and get the last bit of practice in before we go racing here at Atlanta Motor Speedway.
So, beat it on turn 4. So people have to call it, and also people have to be aware about the calling on the front to you, on front to the track. So that's the good thing.
All right, so that is they declared pit in to be off of turn 4, so that's good. Let's reset this music properly, shall we? Here we go. There we go. Got to get the drums in. Hunter Ingrave on the pole at the speed of 220.3. Right next to him, making his first ever Votive Indy Oval Series start is Rick Ravon, the man, the myth, the legend, 220.2. Should be noted that his hero has a number of wins here on the old configuration of Atlanta Motor Speedway. We will talk about that. One of the guys that I think we should watch all race long, I think might have a shot at the win just because he's a bit of a stock car driver, but also tries out the Indy cars. He is the defending, or not the defending series champion, but the season 1 champion of Votive, and that is Josh Ward. We should watch him tonight. 220.1, Shane Coker, the host with the most. He lines up 4th at 220 flat. Back on row 3, we have teammates. Might be coming from different stables, but they are teammates from the road racing side of the business. Ty Quilla and Ryan Campbell, last race winner at the Derby. They both come in at 219.8. Casey Popolonis, he's in row 4 with Fortune. Back in row 5, we should watch Chris Stouffer and Clindy. Both these guys back in row 5. Pay attention to them. And then we got Edson Santos and Peterson. Eric Peterson hot off a win last Sunday in his Dark Horse Series. Lines up on the outside of row 6. Forsyth and Murphy, two guys who will want to watch. They will come up through the field. They are in row 7. Trey Shadid and Vitor back on row 8. Cody Cavaco and Foster back on row 9. Jacob Collins and Stephen Lee on row 10. We got Johnson and Hobson back on row 11. Ross and Highsong on row 12. Costner and Mitchum on row 13. Logan Edwards and Charlie T back on row 14. Will Van Stearns and Dinsdale on row 15. Casey Pahutsky and Gary Lovern on 16. Wilson and Averett on 17. Hugo Gallas and Bacorn on row 18. Kirkenbauer and Leo Salvador back on row 19. And last on the grid, but not least, is Anderson in the 20th row on the inside. That is our starting lineup. Big field again here for the Votive Indy Oval Series.
Yes, sir. Just remember for everyone, I know June 8th was the first race in Kentucky, the Derby Kentucky, the Votive Indy Derby. Chadid did the pole. Brian Campbell won the race with 39 cars in that race. Brian Campbell started from 5th. Finished the race winning Forsyth and Plenty on podium that day.
And we do have a couple different teams of drivers out here. There's a maximum of 3 cars per squad, but there are different teams. So the Votive team has been separated into 2 squads. We got Coker, Ward, and Costner on the Chevron squad, and Mitchum, Povolonis, and Turner Johnson on the Diamond squad. For the Rogue Racing team, they have 2 squads. They have the Shadow squad, which is Clindy, Jacob Collins, and Hunter Ingrev, and the Stealth squad, which is Ryan Campbell, Ty Quilla, and Cody Cavaco. My understanding is that the squads are not working together directly, so we might see some inter-team battles going on here during this race as we are getting ready to line up to go 134 laps, just over 200 miles of racing tonight. Here's your updated weather. The track temp has come up just a tick at 123 degrees Fahrenheit, but the ambient temperature still the same at 67 degrees.
So 39 cars in the grid. Pretty nice.
Yeah, it's a good start.
But at the same time, at the same time, it's like, man, in Atlanta is really tough. But we really saw in Kentucky, it really was a really success race. And, wow, it's going to be interesting to see how the people's getting into the there. Just remember, we don't have a fast repair in this.
Yes, no more fast repair. You're right.
League, no more. That's a good thing because the people get in mind, if you die for one, you're going to die forever. So you cannot return. You cannot return to the race again. So that's always keep in mind. So all the people like to race, one more lap. They want to extend the caution for one lap for now. So that's a good thing because it's happened to me too. When I racing in this another league, when you see fast repair, it's like, I can put me myself on front, and then I figure out when I die one, I start to slow down and try to be smart in my move. So these people only have one chance to finish the race.
couple of drivers are starting from pit row. I believe Kirkenbauer might be starting from pit road. I see a couple of cars still sitting on pit road, so I'm not sure who is there. We will see here. But as you saw, the field's so big. The field is now in turn. The leaders, the pole front row is still in turns 3 and 4 now, and the leaders are the tail end of the field just now entering turns 3 and 4. So almost a full straightaway lead. So that's probably another reason why they're going a lap longer, is to close the field up. But I would imagine this front row, when they take the green flag, the final row on the grid, back row 19, back in row 20, they'll still be in the middle of turns 3 and 4.
Yes, it is. So that's the other thing. Is kind of pay attention. Don't get it slow, because the people on the front are gonna catch you faster. So don't even think about it to getting slow in this situation.
We saw Rick Ravon there in the #1 blue and white car at the front there. He was lighting up his tires on the just the start end of the pacing lap, and got his back end loose. So the last thing he wants to do is pull a Scott McLaughlin here on the opening laps. But he is trying to get some heat in the tires. But heat in the tires is not a problem here at Atlanta. Tires will come up to temperature very quickly, and the degradation of the tires will happen also very quickly. You need to get your passes done in the opening laps of your stint. Otherwise, it is going to be single file, and you need to wait for a car in front of you to have a problem in order to get a pass. So we will continue to watch as this race unfolds, as the field comes through turns 3 and 4, coming to the green flag this time by 134 laps, just over 200 miles. For racing tonight, and green flag is in the air, and here we go at Atlanta. Rick's going to take a look to the inside on Hunter. Rick wants that first lap. And he gets it.
So the two people in the pits was Dinsdale, and also is
Matt Foster. Okay, there is Dinsdale right there, and Matt Foster. So they are on the racetrack by themselves at the moment. But if we get a caution, they will rejoin the tail end of this pack. And Rick Ravon sets a purple lap. Clindy ups the purple lap. Logan Edwards resets it. And we are clean and green through the opening stages here. Preston Fortson, purple lap, 2:15.1. I'm going to turn up the audio a little bit. They were so loud in the pre-race, and I turned them down. It must be these cams, but watching now, Rick Ravon, your leader, going back to 14th and 15th, the battle back there with Mark Murphy side by side with Vitor. Looks like the leader Energy Cars under a new livery tonight. Craig Forsyth, purple lap, 2:15.3. High line, Vitor coming in, gets the spot on Mark Murphy. And then right in front of him, there's Edson Santos looking to the inside of Eric Peterson, getting the position. So now Edson Santos trying to set sail for Craig Forsyth. Casey Povolonis sitting in 5th spot, purple lap, 2:15.7. As the draft is really paying off for some of these leaders. Battle for between Fortson and Campbell. Fortson kind of in a Atlanta Olympics kind of a throwback livery there.
I think Stephen Lee has had to lose a couple positions in turn 4 and turn 2. Sorry, turn 4. and the exit almost loose, and the exit on turn 4. So that is when you're going inside. Now he's gonna try to get in again. Look at that! Whoa, getting close.
He got a good run on the middle of the corner to Casey, and that's Cody Cavaco in the red and silver. Kind of the silver streak looking Rogue Racing entry.
Loose.
Yeah, very loose.
And that's the way when you don't figure it out. At some point, it's like, oh, what happened? Well, the happen is your attack. You're going full throttle attack and burn the tires, and the people, you have to be a little bit more smart. I know that it's not like a 75 laps like in the Kovaco almost collectible Victor. Be smart. Don't burn the tires. It's long race. I know it's a big field, but it's a long race.
And the driver that I told you to watch out for in the introductions, Josh Ward, now your leader over Rick Ravon. Casey Povolona is moving up to 4th. Eric Peterson, Edson Santos side by side going into 3. Logan Edwards side by side with AJ Hobson there. And that Jacob Abel entry just in front of him and AJ Hobson. Murphy and Peterson still battling leftover from last Sunday. Those two were battling out with the win in the Dark Horse Series along with you, Lewis.
Oh, yeah. It was a pretty long race, but really good final with Eric Peterson. Finally, after 80-something races, and the Dark Horse win the
89 races, that's right. Scott Ross, Sam Costner side by side. Costner kind of in a little bit of a livery that reminds me of kind of the royal purple Jimmy Kite livery back from the Indy Racing League days.
When I saw the skin, I saw Robbie Buell.
Robbie Buell, I can see that.
Yeah.
A little bit of Ward, and that was really close as Rick and Ward got real close. In 3 and 4, Rick wanted by, Ward wanted to hold the spot. Rick got by, now Ward tries to attack.
And iRacing forgiving him with the front wing, because the front wing on Raven is gone. And now they put it back after maybe 2 seconds.
So this is a 1.54 mile quad oval doing 134 laps tonight, 206.36 race miles. We're at 100% fuel capacity. We got, I believe, 5 sets of tires tonight, 1 on the car, 4 in the pits. No fast repairs. That is the key thing. No fast repair. Pit road speed limit is 45 miles per hour. And it's a fixed setup race that is supplied by the league. Your all-time INDYCAR track records here. Back under the old configuration, Rick Ravon's hero, Rick Mears, has the track record on the old configuration when it was the 1.5 mile paperclip-shaped oval. Kind of think iRacing Super Speedway, but smaller. And Rick had a speed of 202.4 here. And then when CART came here and ended their time here in 83, CART holds the record here, or Rick Mears holds the CART record here of a 204.9. So those are the USAC and the CART records. The IRL INDYCAR modern track record is held by Billy Boat, set in 98 with a speed of 224.145 on this configuration that you're watching right now. And somehow Clindy has rapidly got into this battle. He is moving on up. Ty Quill underneath Casey Povolona's in the quad oval area. I like the Povolona's paint job. I like that black and red and silver. Kind of reminds me of some of the old AJ Foyt liveries as Povolona's goes into the wall. And I think taking evasive action is Ty Quilla. And I think Povolonis' car is missing a front wing.
Yes, sir. It is. He must to coming in. They have a Mimbo flag, actually. It's gone. Well, it's not gone. They have maybe repairs, but maybe put many, many laps down.
And we can go back and just watch that a little bit more. See what happens as Tyquilla down low slides up, and it's easy to do here. Maybe netcode that sent Povolonis into the wall, not sure. I'm sure if that's the case, that probably explains why Tyquilla did the evasive maneuver to the inside. Thankfully, behind him, 2 cars behind him were his teammates, so they got by clear and safe. And that is Christopher in the middle there in the Ford E-car trying to make his way through. But we're back to live racing now.
Big netcode in between the Quayla and Povolon. Big netcode, to be honest.
And on the high side is the defending series champion, Kyle Clinworth, getting a position over Rick Ravon. These two race in a series together on Monday nights, called the ISRA Open Wheel Series. Check us out on P1 on Monday nights, 9:35 p.m. Eastern Time, starting next week. We're in a bit of a 2-week hiatus with the ISRA. Josh Ward currently 3rd, Ryan Campbell in 4th. Hunter Ingrave, our pole sitter, he is in 5th. Christopher up 3 spots to 6th. Tyquilla in 7th. Craig Forsyth is in 8th. Tristan Forts in 9th. And Edson Santos in 10th. Your biggest mover of the race. We're going to go back to 16th spot, Logan Edwards, as he's looking to pick up another spot over Vitor Guillermi. But Logan Edwards up 11 spots, started 27th, currently is 16th as he is on the high side over Vitor, and he goes into the wall.
And Logan says thank you. Netcode again too. And another netcode.
Sam Costner back to 17th. Last time we saw him, he was kind of up in the top 10 or the board of the top 10. So watching some of these drivers as the tires and the degradation of these tires runs high, the performance wears off. We will show you here on the graphic as we go back up to our leaders as Clindy now has himself an 0.8 of a second lead over Rick Ravon. But here are your fastest laps at 2:15.2, 2:14.4, 2:15.8, Campbell 2:14.9, Ingrave 2:14.1. But the key stat, let's look at this next stat here. Last laps, those numbers are starting to fall off. Clindy at 2:12, Rick Ravon at a 2:11, Campbell at 2:13, Ward at a 2:12, Ingrave at a 2:11. Those numbers are going to continue to come down as the good of these tires continues to run off. Really the best thing for Clindy right now is the clean air in front of him as he is clear by about a half a second, now 1.1 seconds over Rick Ravon, but he is 3 seconds now up the road away from catching Shane Dinsdale, who is currently 37th in 37th position.
I hear something on the radio. I think Will Stern say something, but yeah, good for Clindy. Also, it's getting more. I think so. He make the pass in the right time, and this is a good thing because Josh. I think so. Ravon is getting a little problem because Josh Ward is getting. Mao is going close. Wow, nice move on Josh Ward to make the pass and go to the second.
We're watching a battle further on back, but we just missed that. But Ward now has established second spot. And again, I fully expect him to do well tonight, especially with the stock car background on this track, with the way that the tires degrade so badly on these Indy cars. We are now 28 of 134 into this race. Thanks for joining us. If you enjoy P1's coverage of the Votive Indy Oval Series and respect the stream, please do us a solid. Make sure you support us by subscribing. And while you're at it, don't forget to smash like and click the bell so you don't miss out on future P1 iRacing broadcasts. We will show you the points coming into today's race, but the points are really not much different than how we finished in our last race. Here are the points as There you see him right in the center of your screen. A little bit of transparency there, but Campbell is your points leader. Craig Forsyth second. Clindy third. A.J. Hobson fourth. Durazo not in the lineup tonight fifth. Mason Mitchum sixth. Casey in seventh. Logan Edwards eighth. Treston Fortin ninth. And Indy Kirkenbauer in 10th. The all-time INDYCAR wins leader here at Atlanta is Rick Mears with 5. He had 4 in a row from 79 to 82. Johnny Rutherford has 3, including the inaugural win when INDYCAR came here, the USAC Champ Car Series back in 1965. And Greg Ray, back when the IRL ran here, got 2 wins here at Atlanta.
And 126 Fahrenheit on track now.
Woo.
So basically, it's like we see every time hot Atlanta here, and if he was getting pretty close to the first pit stop.
Christopher riding the bottom line while the cars in front of him go high. This time he goes high while the leaders lap traffic. Yeah. Lap traffic in front of Clindy. So that is Averett, and that is Leo Salvador in the M&M car. And this is going to impact his lap times. We'll show you.
I see one race in the Phoenix when the IRL went over there, and Sneva said, I think so. The best chance to win the race is to play it with the lap car down. So it should be Clendy have to do that. Sam Costner in pit with middle flag. Oh, have an incident with Logan Edwards. Oh, he hit the wall by himself.
Oh, yeah, we watch it right in front of one of the leader energy cars. We'll go back and watch that a little bit on replay down the backstretch. He's to the inside of Logan Edwards down the backstretch.
Oh, he have failure.
That had to be a mechanical. Exactly. The way that the car instantly went to the wall. Either that was a wheelbase or his VR went out.
It's everything. I think it's like the wheel is in third and then it's no power. It's like it's turned off. Everything.
You see Clindy's last lap times, 2:09.6. Josh Ward also in the 2:09s. Rick Ravon in 2:08s. So they are really falling off a cliff now as these tires are starting to beg for mercy. And the thing is, these tires are only, I should take that back. I think these tires really are about another 8 to 10 laps away from first round pit stops.
Mm-hmm. So Stephen Lee and Will Stern is in pit now. So
they're going for the undercut. They're going to go for a bit of a short stop here. They'll throw on a new set of tires, short fill the tank, and see what they could do if they put down some burner laps coming out of the pits.
Wow, it's a lot of action around Mark Everett close to Mark Murphy. Everett tried to survive around the track. This is the time when you have to think about it. Well, I'm really slow. I'm really dangerous to lose my car. I should be coming to the pit now and don't mess. But the only problem is you have to brake, and I hope the people don't make it. I hope the people make the practice in the practice the pit stop. So that's very important, especially now with these conditions and also with the tires.
Clindy around Turner Johnson, putting Turner a lap down. Next up on the lap list is Shane Dinsdale in 30th. The top 30 are on the lead lap. Then Jacob Wilson, Scott Ross battling for position in front of the leaders there. A.J. Hobson, Jacob Collins battling it out as well. Mark Murphy, Treston Fortson. Murphy underneath Fortson into the quad oval area. Side by side in front of him is Edson Santos and Craig Forsyth. Two guys with a ton of starts in these cars.
Was loose Raven on turn 2. tried to hold it with the handgrip, the position and get it loose on turn 2. So sometimes you have to hear the car and listen. In Beverly, they have a Meeple flag. I think so. Is gone.
Here comes Clindy now up to Scott Ross, then Dinsdale. Clindy will put Ross a lap down. Josh Ward. Tracia did. Scheduled stop.
I know it's hard to follow everything. It's 39 cars in the in track. But there's a lot of things happen around the track. Sometimes you went somewhere, I go back, and it's like a lot of things on the back, and then you go back, I go to the front. There's a lot of things on the front.
Ty Quilla and Ryan Campbell were in a battle for position. I think Quilla got the drop on him. I think there might have been some netcode damage on Campbell's car, but it snapped back into place. Tracia did. Something happened to Tracia did. What happened? Coming off of pit road?
Yeah, it's coming out of pit road, and that's make the. Yeah, it's normal. The application said always. Oh, it's getting close. Ooh. Almost on Derek. Almost Tracia did because Tracia did with the new tires.
We got to go back and watch that.
My God. On turn 2. Nice break on Chadid and there.
Here's Tracia did with new tires, and the car just kind of up in front of him. And that is, who is that? That is Derek Bacorn. And Bacorn just kind of slid up in front of him. Again, you got to keep your eyes on a swivel, especially at this point where we have different strategies going on. There you go. See Stephen Lee getting around Trace there. Remember, Stephen Lee stopped early. But Clindy still out there waiting for him to make his first stop. We suspect that he'll be coming to pit road about any time now. Look at him up in the gray up against the wall. As he has himself, and we will get the last lap speeds off because that's not telling you much anymore. He has himself a 3-second lead on second place right now.
Eric Peterson calling for the pit. I'm really surprised because there's a lot of incidents around. I don't know how these guys keep the car in track without incident.
Peterson, Ravon on pit road. Peterson and Ravon on pit road. Scheduled stops. Oh, Rick missed his marks. He had to slide back. Peterson on pit road. We see McCorn coming off pit road. We see A.J. Hobson coming off of pit road. Peterson down and away. Rick Ravon down and away. And now Rick's going to be racing McCorn off of pit road. Rick's going to go use the banking. He will get a pass on the apron, which you can do. And now Rick's really going to have to put some burner laps down if he hopes to jump Clindy. Josh Ward on pit road. He sees what's going on. He's not going to get a victim of the undercut. He's going to come to pit road right now. Lap 50 of 134.
Oh, we have an incident up front. Yellow. Oh, Clindy. What a lucky. Jess Hyson and also... Oh, we have a
AJ Hobson. Yeah, so let's go back and let's see what happened here. As we are watching High Song in the Bluey car. And I think does he have a moment where he just runs out of racetrack? And let's see what happens here. Oh, no, AJ Hobson already into the wall. I'm very sorry on High Song. Hobson already into the wall. So Hobson just stopped. What happened?
So Hobson went 3 wide and then hit somebody. And then he went to the wall and then Jace Hobson hit it to AJ. Hyson, sorry. Jeff Hyson hit
so he's coming
AJ.
up to speed. And there is Leo Salvador in the middle there. Jacob Collins on the outside. And, okay, what's going on? Oh, my goodness. I think what was going on was Eric Anderson was coming to pit road. He started to slow down, and AJ had a head full of steam and had to really check up. If we go back and watch this again at regular speed, go back about 15 seconds here. Go back another 15 seconds because we're going to watch it at full speed. Watch him. He's coming off of pit road.
So it's two different incidents.
The car in front of him might have had a moment. It might have grabbed the... And he's coming to pit road. Oh. Oh.
Because AJ came out to the pit with the new tires, and that's why... oh, yeah, you're right. Leo Salvador tried to come into the pit because he called it, but he wasn't 3Y. Oh. So now these leaders that have not, that are actually just stopped, they are, the gamble paid off by staying out. And what happened is that also the gamble by staying out didn't allow them really to get damaged by the undercut. So Clindy maintains the lead. He comes to pit road in the lead, leaves pit road in the lead. Then we got Hunter Ingrev, our pole sitter, in second spot. Ty Quilla in third. And this is, again, different squads of Rogue Racing mixed up here. We got we're going to go one more lap before we go green. Two drivers from the Shadow squad, that's Clindy and Ingrev, first and second. Then two drivers from the Stealth squad, Quilla and Campbell. They are in third and fourth. Edson Santos is in fifth. Mark Murphy is in sixth. Chris Stouffer seventh. Craig Forsyth, his teammate, that's Stouffer's teammate, is in eighth. Coker in ninth. And Vitor Guilherme in 10th. So before the yellow flag is Clindy he almost came in. He put his car to come in to the pit. He aborted the decision to come in.
Yeah, luckily he had enough fuel. Yeah, luckily he had enough fuel to get back around and then come to pit road and get serviced. There's Casey Povolonis coming off of pit road. He will get the, he comes out in front of the pace car. He'll be able to go all the way around and rejoin the tail end of the field. The top 21 are on the lead lap, and some of those that stopped a little bit early, such as Josh Ward and Rick Ravon over the leaders. They are back in 15th and 16th at the moment. Peterson in 20th. Last car on the lead lap is Jacob Wilson. There he is. He is currently in 21st position.
So lucky for Ravon and Josh Ward, actually. They are 16 and 15.
So once again, if you're just joining us, this is P1's coverage of the Votive Indy Oval Series coming to you from Atlanta Motor Speedway. We've completed now 54 of 134 scheduled laps. If you're enjoying our coverage of tonight's race, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on the next race. The next race for us here on P1 will be tomorrow night. It'll be round 3, week 3 of the INDYCAR, of the iRacing INDYCAR Open Series. They will be at Mid-Ohio. Join Mark Murphy and Jacob Collins, both in the lineup tonight, as they will call the action starting at 8 p.m. Eastern time right here on P1. Green flag in the air at lap 55. It is Clindy, Ingrev, Quilla, Campbell, and Santos, your top 5 as we resume racing here at Atlanta. Ryan Campbell around Ty Quilla, gets the position. Hunter Ingrev on the high side of Clindy. A little bit further back. Craig Forsyth trying to get around lap traffic. Oh! I believe that is Eric Anderson. Might have bounced off the wall and came down the racetrack. I don't know if Craig saw how close that was. Jacob Collins to the inside of Vitor, going into 3. You got to get your passes done very early in your runs here, don't you, Lewis?
Yeah, actually, you have to do it now because the tire is equal for everyone for sure. But if you have the click in the corners and you know how to make the pass, like a Raven tried to do in 16 over here with all these cars.
Oh my goodness! Look at this pack. Look at this pack of cars.
You have to do it now. But you know what? Some people is fast with the new tires, but people like a Clendy. Oh no, it's going 3 wide. No, it's going. They don't want to make it 3 wide now. But some people like a Clendy is really fast with the old tires, yellow.
Trace it in. Spinning out, going into turn 1 here. What happened to Trace? There was so much traffic around this group here. Stephen Lee to the outside, Povolonis. Oh no, it was Salvador into the wall on the quad over Povolonis. Oh no, such a big. And Eric Peterson goes airborne, and he's on his lid.
He just, Leo Salvador just was slow, and I think so he forgot to turn to the left because he went straight to the wall.
Just so many cars in close proximity. Not really a pack race, but it's just after a restart. Oh, gosh. And that changes up the field just a little bit, but as Clindy still your leader, Murph back there in 5th. He moved up to 5th. He's up 9 spots, but he's blinking at the moment. Ryan Campbell 2nd, Hunter Ingrave 3rd, Tyquilla 4th. There's Edson Santos in 6th. There we see Eric Anderson there getting the wave around Lucky Dog. Chris Stouffer in 7th, Forsyth 8th, Coker 9th. Jacob Collins has worked his way up to 10th. Vitor Guilherme is in 11th. Cody Cavaco is in 12th. Josh Ward, fortunately, lost a lot of track position when he pitted a little bit earlier than everyone else. He is 13th. Mason Mitchum is 14th. Casey Pahutsky is in 15th. Rick Ravon coming off of pit road. He gave up some track position to hit pit road one more time. Don't know if he went for another set of tires, but he certainly wanted to top off the tank.
You know what? Sometimes when you have this big field, it's better to make a good qualifying. Try to follow the lead for somebody you know and make the good pit stop, like a Chris Forsyth, or maybe Campbell, or maybe Clendy, or somebody on top, and stay in the top 10. Because when you go back and you be in the 20th, that is hard. That is really difficult to keep it because you know faster. But some people, they don't, and they start to getting slow and put that momentum in the dangerous momentum in the track. So it's really important. People understand. Maybe it's better to make a quali and try to go on the front, or try to push faster and go on the front.
Yeah, that's track position, and that pays off well here at Atlanta, especially when the tires start to wear off. We're going to go green next time by. I tell you what, we're going to ride with Mark Murphy on this restart. Murph, you can watch him Monday nights at 8 o'clock here on P1 as he calls the action as a lead commentary for the iRacing INDYCAR Open Series as they go to Mid-Ohio this Monday evening at 8 p.m. Check him and Jacob Collins, who's in 10th spot right now on the racetrack. They call the action, but we will ride with Murph here on the restart here at Atlanta, coming to lap 62. And it looks like Ryan Campbell got the drop on his teammate. Goes to the bottom side, gets the position, coming out of 2 down the backstretch. Hunter Ingrave's going to follow him through. Hunter Ingrave's clear. Clindy back to 3rd. 4th gear for Mark as he drops the throttle down a little bit. Hear him feather it. Now he's in 6th gear. 4th gear. If you think these guys are just getting up to 6th gear and turning left and not doing anything, you're wrong. There is a lot of even in a fixed setup race, Lewis, there's a lot going on in the cockpit that meets the eye. It's like a transformer, more than meets the eye, right?
Yeah, it's a lot of things. It's just not turning to the left. You have to check you have to hear your spotter to say inside, outside, or whatever, and also adjustment your thing and put the car in the turn. Hear somebody, or maybe try to avoid something on the front. It's a lot of things that happen. It's not just, oh, yes, I turn to the left. It's not like that.
Again, I'm going to turn the audio up a little bit. There we go.
Oh, Matt Foster is the car out
Caution.
of the race.
Caution. Mark Averett down the banking backwards. Oh, and he was he had a long before he went up the banking backwards. He was in trouble. Let's go back a little bit further, see what happened. This is back in turns 3 and 4 on the far side of the racetrack. Remember, this stopped and this finished in turn 1, and he's down. Not sure what happened here. Wow, loose at the start-finish line. Those tires are dead.
Oh, no, it's not that. Oh, that's weird.
Watch this. He gets loose at the start-finish line. It's like he fills the back end going, and now there it goes. So weird. And he caught it, and he straightened it out, but at that point, he had to aim it too.
Oh, I know why.
And he's going to get a penalty for speeding on pit road, I think.
Mm-hmm. So the problem is, when you delay your turn in the main straight, that's happened. And the car is getting crazy, and they said, "Oh, it's not like this." Boom, and get the loose on the car. So that's what happened with him. He just delayed the turn on the main straight.
We see Logan Edwards getting his lap back. So he was just a little bit slower on his cornering. He's probably trying to. Was he just trying to be more subtle through the quad oval instead of making two kind of abrupt left-handers?
It's weird because you have a new tires now. You don't have the old tires like a 30 something or 50 something laps. But basically for me, I think he basically delayed because you see on front him Logan Edwards did already turn and make the car straight to the main straight to the finish line, but he delayed the turn. So that's happened. It's happened to me before when you're thinking too much and you're just delayed that half a second to turn, and that's happened.
And here is a new camera angle as we are riding on board Christopher, just over his engine cowling. Go ahead.
Also, I said Matt Foster went out. He had an incident with Gary Lovern in the restart. I think it was Foster went to the line to Gary Lovner, and he went to the wall. It's not yellow for that. In turn 1, before the restart.
Okay. Got Ross coming off pit road. Get some splash there. Logan Edwards, I think just dropped. I think he just did a DC after getting back on the lead lap.
Logan Edwards? Yeah, I don't see Logan Edwards now. Right.
Averett is currently serving a black flag, I think. Or he needs to answer the black flag, so he will have to answer the black flag when we go back to green. And let's ride on the restart. That was a bit of a different angle. Let's ride on the restart here with Christopher this time.
Green flag, green flag.
He needs to get up to full speed so this car takes full advantage of its super speedway downforce package. It only generates... go ahead.
No, sorry. I just checked something on before Hunter and Gray went to the apron. But, yeah, like I just said.
Yeah, this super speedway package only produces, and I say only, anywhere between 1,200 and 1,500 pounds of downforce. So they need to, in order to get to full use of that downforce, they need to get up to full speed. And Mark Murphy has now moved up the second spot now, as he starts to now bring in the attack to Clindy, who is our leader here at lap 71, as we are about at the halfway point, just past the halfway point now.
64 to go. So Hunter and Gray, like I saw in the replay, he hit the apron turn 4, he lose 2, and now he tried to keep the car in the track or getting close on them, but yeah, Santos over. Wow, nice pass of Stoffer on high line, on the high side.
Logan Edwards checking in from the Infield Care Center. Power outage done for the night, and it's barely even raining in their area, so a little bit of a weather-inclined mechanical issue there. Unfortunately, out for one of our bigger gainers of the day. Logan Edwards now back. Looks like his day is going to be done in 29th spot. Going back in the field, there's Hugo Gallas getting around Will Van Stearns for 21st position.
Victor side by side with Collins. Now, yeah, it's the only problem of Victor attack on Collins is you can do it for maybe a couple laps.
Yeah, he'll need to get back in line, otherwise he'll kind of open the door for Shane, who's right behind him.
The tire is getting the degrade bad. This is going to be bad for him if he have a long
cars on the wall in the backstretch. Stephen Lee is one of them. Tristan Fortson might have been the other one.
Tristan Fortson went to...
I think Stephen Lee might have got up in the wall and came down and got into the side, and Stephen Lee got into the side of him. Look at these evasive, but Jacob Wilson's just saw his entire life flash before his eyes.
Oof.
Let's go back and watch this at full speed.
Wilson, he touched the wall. Little bit.
He touched the wall, but watch this. We'll watch from Jacob Wilson's point of view. Everything's going to happen in front of him in turn 2.
Wow.
Kind of almost like what happened to you, and we're still green flag with that. We did not go caution. But I remember last week at when one of the cautions happened, the car in front of you either I forget what it was, but didn't know what was going on, and you about ran into the back of them.
Many. I really, yeah, it's many,
yeah.
many. Even Clendy next side by. Oh yeah, it was Clendy, I think so. But it was really on my right side. But it's many cars. It's more difficult in Iowa because you don't have a chance to nothing.
Right.
At least in here you have at least 1.5 seconds to react to. But in Iowa and short track, it's like a kind of difficult.
Well, Tristan Fortson has a meatball flag from that incident, and he needs to come to pit road. I believe he has 5 laps. He'll answer it, and he is coming off the banking now down the pit road and will answer the meatball flag. What's going on?
Oh, Pahosky, Raven tried to pass Pahosky. Pahosky have Mason Mitch that's close again.
Yeah.
And to make the turn to the left to try to don't hit it. I almost hit the Raven on turn back straight. Sorry.
Maybe we could go back and watch that. I do like the Mason Mitchum livery there. It kind of reminds me of the Rocket Pop popsicle package.
Remember,
they're side by side. Whoa, yeah, that got really tight there. Oh, and he comes right down. Yeah, I don't even know if he knew Rick was there. Anyways, back up to the front. Here comes Murphy.
Remember me, the Domino's Picks.
Oh, yeah, it reminds me of the Domino's Hot One. You're right. It does remind me of that, too. Rick Ravon does get around Pahutsky, and he moves up to 12th. Pahutsky cuts down, trying to get the position back. He'll go to the inside, down in the quad oval area in the 1. He'll go take a dip underneath and look on the low side of Rick, but I think Rick's going to have the momentum up high, and he does, and Rick holds on to the position. Meanwhile, the battle for the lead is kind of quieted down a little bit. Murph was up there, and now Murph has fallen back a little bit by 2/10. Clendy, your leader. Quilla in 3rd. Ingrave in 4th. Santos in 5th. Coker now battling Vitor. This is for 9. Coker on the low side. Going into 1. And the way this racetrack races, Lewis, we'll talk about this as well. It looks wide. It looks smooth, but the line is very narrow here.
Yeah, also it's loose the car. Also, you think it, like I just said, it's wide. And then the corner is getting close, and when you make that move to turn to the left, the car is loose. So it's a lot of things you have to think about it to make the turn over here, especially when you defended the car, especially when you make the pass, like a Ryan Campbell on Hugo Galas now. It's a lot of things. You can give it the position. For example, you can be on the back straight, and then you figure out you're getting too close to the wall and you hit the wall. It's a lot of things in there.
And there are your
Rick
weather
Raybon,
conditions.
Rick Raybon, I think he's loose on the main straight. It's really loose, Rick Raybon, almost loose in the main straight. Nice
Let's
catch
go
on
back.
Raybon.
Let's go. Oh yeah, we'll go back and watch this and try to watch it at full speed. There are your weather conditions. We'll get them off your screen. 126 degrees. We'll watch it full speed as Rick gets loose in the front straight area. And that's kind of much the same way that what happened to Averett. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Wow.
That tires is gonna be maybe hot. Maybe you can fry eggs in the Raybon tire. So
don't make me hungry. That sounds good right now. But I guess the idea is when you come through the quad oval area is really don't be turning the wheel.
You have to go straight. That's the thing. If you go to straight, it's gonna be good. But the moment you make that turn little bit to the left, so you have to go straight like a Raybon is going now. That is a good move. Going straight, and then going straight again. You think it is straight, but you move a little bit the wheel. But basically, you see on the back the car is going straight. But Raybon is the tire on Raybon is gone.
Yeah, look at the wheel input, and we're riding with Clindy right now, our leader. He's up in the 3rd line, ripping the top side at the moment. Down the back straightaway. Laps are being turned here in about the 25-second clip. They be in the middle lane. Now cuts down halfway down into the 1st lane. Down to 3 and 4. Watch him as he comes. Look at the hands. Look at the hands through the quad oval area. He's barely turning the wheel. Watch one more time. Watch one more time. I'll draw a line here to show you the wheel here. That's about as straight of a line as you're going to see me get right now. And there you see him turning the wheel a little bit. And then as he comes back through the quad oval area, What? Look how straight that is. Look how straight that is. He's just barely turning to the left, barely.
Good thing about Clendy, doesn't have air in the front. He can use the 1 and 2 on high to like it's not cool down, but little bit cool down the tires on the high, and then at 3 and 4 is 1 and 2 use little bit the first line IRL line or the line 1 close to the apron to make the turn. So, and then like I just said, it's not turn, but you have to go in straight to don't have that don't happen like Raven did. The Raven have a lot of problems. He like 3 times hit the wall. It's kind of hard for him to continue the car. So some people it's very fast with the new tires, and the other one is like a Clendy, very fast with the old tire.
And that's also very bumpy, and you might have heard the under tray of these cars making some contact over some of those bumps. I'm not sure if I was quite hearing that right. Let's ride with Christopher one more time. You might be able to hear some bumping there. Maybe not this time. Let's see if we hear it down.
Sometimes it in turn 1, and the entry on turn 1 and the exit on turn 4.
You can hear some slight, maybe something there in turns 3 and 4, yeah. The inside of Guillermi. Trying to get, that's actually, excuse me, Edson Santos. Edson Santos in 5th spot. 2 guys with a lot of IndyCar starts between these two. Right behind him, Craig Forsyth in 7th spot. But Clendy's still your leader as he puts Everett a lap down.
Oof.
18 cars on the lead lap. Jacob Wilson, last car on the lead lap. There is Jacob right there in front of your leader. Trying to hang on to get to that next pit stop for a lot of these drivers up front. 46 laps on this stint for Clendy. 46 for everybody. In fact, I believe we got some people coming to pit road right now. Rick Ravon coming to pit road. Final stop.
Mark Everett. And Mark Everett is safe. Loose on the turn 4. He went to the pit. Black flag. And he tried to put the car
This
again.
is, I think this is the same thing that happened again. Look at the back end right around the start-finish line. It's the same thing happened again to him.
Raven on exit on the pit. He already did the service. That's what I thinking about to say. So it doesn't matter if you have your name is Clendy or Everett or Logan Edwards. The car now is in the air. You feel it's in the air. You feel like it's ice and the bottom. So you have to be careful when you turn.
Josh Ward, pit road.
Make the move. When you make the move to pass somebody, you have to be very, very careful.
Josh Ward, a problem on pit road. Not sure exactly what happened. But he is on pit road for a considerably long stop. This might be it for the guy that I picked to win this race. Going back to right before he ending pit road. Oh, smacks the wall. And it goes to the inside. Oh. He might be damaged just from that hit alone. I don't see a meatball flag on him, though.
Yeah, Josh was towing in pit and he disconnected. To be honest, don't know what happened with him.
Yeah, Josh Ward just towed to the pits. That's not sure what happened there. Let's get back up to your leader, Clendy. We expect him on pit road anytime for his final stop. He is now 52 laps into his stint. He went 51 on that last stint of his. Remember, he was getting ready to come to pit road right when the caution occurred right in front of him, or right next to him here.
Santos called for the pit. Maybe it's coming now or it's coming soon.
Here's Santos. He slows down, comes off the banking.
Yes.
Slows down at the cones. 45 miles per hour. Final stop for Edson Santos.
And I guess he maybe is speeding for Josh Ward because he crossed, would you say 45? He crossed in 50 something, 52. So guessing maybe it's
I didn't see a black flag next to his name, but it's possible that's exactly what happened. Clindy, final stop, coming to pit road right now. If Clindy gets the win today, he will tie Edson Santos for the most career wins here in the Votive Indy Oval Series. It is Santos, Josh Ward, and Clindy, your top three each. Actually, Santos with 4 wins, Ward with 3, Clindy with 3. Ward not getting that win today. Unfortunately, he is done, but Clindy making his final stop, hoping that this will be the last step to a win here at Atlanta. Leader right now is Mark Murphy. I think Mark is not going to try to be a victim of the undercut. He will come to pit road now. He will answer your leader. Do we see Ty? Do we see Hunter come next? Ty staying out. Hunter staying out.
Oh,
Christopher staying out. Now Murphy coming in now. And there he is. Gets to his stall. Now does Hunter answer? Or do they continue to turn laps out there? I think they're going to continue to turn laps. And Clindy will get on by Murphy very comfortably, but Clindy racing now as he's racing Christopher, but Clindy is currently a lap down.
Wow, he almost Murphy loosened the exit on the pit road, like he saved it.
See what happened here for Murphy?
You know the technique
during that part.
How about this? They have this apron in between the track line on the exit. So he went over there, and the car he made the kick to the left. So he almost lost it over there.
Stouffer coming into pit road, but fortunately he has a slower car in front of him. Clindy, new tires, light tank, 2:18.5 purple lap for the guy that's trying to seal the deal here at Atlanta. Right now your leader is Hunter Ingrave. That will turn the lead over to Coker, but Coker's coming off the banking. He will answer the call to pit road as well. Ryan Campbell in the two-face car. He will pick up the lead now.
Oh, this sucks on Ingrave. He have a side-by-side Anderson, and he have to slow down to come into his box. Wow.
That's going to probably allow Coker an opportunity to close the gap a little bit. Coker down and away. Ryan Campbell's going to stay out for another lap. Now, Ryan last pitted on lap 67. He's 46 laps into his stint, so he's going to go a little bit longer than everybody else that we see going on right now. 22 to go here at Atlanta. I don't think he can make it without stopping. He currently is the leader by 11 seconds over Clindy. Even if he were to throttle back and try to save fuel, I don't think he can make it. There you see his lap times, 2:07.6 to Clindy's 2:15.3.
Yeah, we have 21 to go. I think it's impossible to save it, but maybe a caution could be helping to come back to the battle for the victory.
Well, he's keeping it in 5th gear all the way around. He thought he would be in fuel save. He'd be like in 6th gear and just kind of ride it out, but he's down the 4th gear, down the backstretch. I think he's going to try to run it out. I think he just really has, he might just see that there's no choice, no opportunity to really save and get the laps he needs. So he's just going to try to lead it out and maybe get some lucky cautions.
He is 1 second slow than Clendy. Clendy 25-1.
Oh, so close to the wall on 2.
25-3 is Clendy now, and Campbell is 26-1 in timing track.
Once again, if you're just joining us, you're watching P1's coverage of round 2 of 9 of the Votive Indy Oval Series, coming to you from Atlanta Motor Speedway. We're currently, Ryan Campbell, your winner of the Derby, is your leader in the late stages here with 18 laps to go, but we think he needs to stop. Make sure to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on the next race. The next race for the Votive Indy Oval Series will be Sunday, July 20th. At 8 p.m. Eastern Time as the series continues into its 3rd season with a trip over to Japan on the Oval at Twin Wind Motegi. If you're enjoying what you're seeing tonight, and don't miss the action in a couple of weeks when Votive returns and hits the track again.
Campbell is coming to the pit now.
Oh, he had close cars on the outside. Here he is bringing it down off the banking, getting the 45. Does he do it? I think he does.
He did.
Very close. And that turns the lead over to Clendy, who's going to have himself a monster lead. A monster lead over Murphy. 7.5 seconds plus.
So Scott follow Campbell to the pit.
Oh, Scott Ross, yeah, he got the black flag. Derek Bacorn also showing a black flag at the moment. Rick Rayvon on the low side of Edson Santos, trying to pick up a position here for Rick.
Clendy is 7.7 seconds over Murphy and 10 seconds over
Oh, Rick loose off of 2. This by far, I mean, of all the intermediate tracks that we put Indy cars on that are fun to race on, this is the least fun of all the intermediate tracks that are of this style. So we're talking, you know, Texases and the Charlottes and this, and then if you want to throw in, not exactly, but, you know, kind of in the same neighborhood of intermediate tracks. See, we got Rick in the wall again. Kansas, Las Vegas, Chicagoland, those style of tracks. This is my least favorite IndyCar track of all those style of tracks. So just the car races well here in short stints, but long stints you have your hands full.
Yeah, it is hard. It is hard. I remember racing in this league in Spain with the Spain League in Atlanta. Man, it's really tough. It's really tough. We did in the Lionheart. We did in the also in ERN. It is tough, and it doesn't matter where you race it. It's really tough. Murphy's complaining. He's complaining. Oh no, it's complaining. Oh,
is it Scott Ross in front of him?
Ross. Yes, he exited the pit road. I don't know why. He's stopping at the middle of the track. Oh, he tried to give it the position to Murphy. He almost Murphy went to the wall on turn 3.
Wags checking in chat, says this is where he got his one and only Lionheart win. Of course, you got your one and only Lionheart win on the Speedway Series at a similar style track at Charlotte. A lot more narrow.
Yeah, it's not counted. I don't count the Fontana win because it was with the
retro.
Lotus. Yeah, but yeah, it is. But DW12 in Charlotte 9, it is difficult.
Tyquilla around Mark Murphy for second. Sorry about that.
Sorry, I tried to concentrate, but Murphy is complaining about the move of Scott Ross. It really done good and give it to the position Quilla because it's really lose the concentration on the track. But yeah, I don't compare. I don't want to compare the Charlotte night because we went full throttle. It's just saving fuel behind somebody else. So, but here is really another word. It's really difficult. It doesn't matter where, and you have to make the adjustment in time to catch this. So Murphy did. Murphy's gonna lose one more position because I think it's really lose the concentration on the track. It's really furious about what he did.
His tires are also 4 laps older than what we watch Hunter Ingrave, and Hunter is stalking him right now, and Murphy's hanging on.
No, he must to come back to the track. He must to come back. Hey, I keep going.
Oh,
I keep doing.
Hunter Ingrave loose off of 2. He catches it. That might be what Murph needs to hang on to the position. Hunter Ingrave in the wall in 3 and 4.
Yeah, so he must to come back. He cannot just give it up because something happened with him. I know it's annoying. You're very focused for the 100 something last more, but he must to come back. So that's the thing. Now we have Gary Lovener with 30 air, but he must to come back. He cannot give it up because
Clindy
something happened.
With a 9-second lead and puts Rick Ravon a lap down. Next up for Clindy is Cody Cavaco, which is actually he's already put Cody a lap down. That is kind of an associated teammate there. So Cody's not going to really race him. Next on the lap list with 4 to go, coming to 3 to go, is Edson Santos. Checking back on that battle for third. It's Hunter Ingrave trying to reel in Mark Murphy. And I think he's going to run out of time. We'll see. Ingrave with a bit of a run on the high side. Murphy having a hard time around Gary Lovern. Clindy through 3 and 4, coming to 2 to go at the line. Right in front of him is Edson Santos.
Oh, he got a contact Murphy with Lovner, Gary, but he make the pass. Now he have a clean air to go in on front and turn 2. That was close to the disaster.
Coming to white flag this time by Kyle Clinworth. He is our defending series champion, looking at his first win of the year. 4th career win here in the Votive Indy Oval Series to tie the guy that he's put a lap down, Edson Santos, all time. He is now a half a lap away from achieving that through 2 down the backstretch. It looks like we have Logan Edwards back in the race from his DC earlier on. He stays low. Clindy goes high. Comes off of Ford. He's looking at probably one of his most comfortable leads and wins that he's ever had in his career by 9 seconds. Your winner, Clindy. Quilla comes home second. And Hunter Ingrave is racing down and has run down Murphy. And Hunter Ingrave is going to do a rogue racing sweep for the top 3 steps. He comes home in 3rd. Mark Murphy 4th. I'm sure Mark is not going to be happy. Christopher in 5th. Jacob Collins in 6th.
Oof.
Shane Coker in 7th. Cody Cavaco, a top 10, and the last car on the lead lap. I think he might have got his lap back. I think Clindy showed some mercy there on the lead lap, on the last lap to his teammate there, and let him get back on the lead lap.
Man.
And let's show us the previous page. There we go. Clindy with the win. Ty Quilla in 2nd. Hunter Ingrave in 3rd for the Rogue Racing sweep of the podium. Even though it's 2 different squads, it's still the whole team getting the top 3. Mark Murphy comes home 4th. That's an associated teammate, so really a good day for the Alliance. Top 4, Christopher in 5th. Jacob Collins in 6th. Shane Coker in 7th. Cody Cavaco 8th. Edson Santos 9th. Ryan Campbell in 10th. Look at all the road guys there, all up in the top 10 there. Clindy trying to do a backwards victory lap here. Your biggest gainer of the day, we haven't got there yet, and I'll let you make that call. But Casey Pahutsky is that biggest gainer of the day. He finished 20 spots better to 11th. We'll let Lewis give us his driver of the race, though, after we're done with this. Mason Mitchum, 12. Vitor in 13th. Jacob Wilson, 14th. Hugo Gallus, 15th. Craig Forsyth, a distant 16th. Rough day for him. Dinsdale in 17th. Rick Ray Vaughn, a rough day for him. Also at 18th. Gary Lover, 19th. Eric Anderson in 20th. Turner Johnson, Stearns, Ross, Bacorn, and Edwards, your top 25. Josh Warren, the guy that I picked to win this with not a good finish in 26th. Mark Averett, 27th. Fortson, 28th. Stephen Lee and Matt Foster, 29th and 30th. Eric Peterson, far cry from last Sunday for him, 31st. Tracy did 32nd. Salvador Povolonis and Hyson, your top 35. Hobson, Teed, Costner, and Kirkenbauer, your top 39 for your 39 car field. Lewis, who's your driver of the race?
I don't know why ATVO showed me Collins with just 4 spots, but yeah, you said 13. Yes, it is.
Collins up 13 spots. Yeah, 13. So he is the LGN driver of the race. All right.
Yes, sir. And you remember when before we talked about the race, and we said, oh, it's going to be a long race. I said, maybe at 9:30 is going to be finish the race. Yeah, in 1 hour and 6 minutes. Really impressed. Really impressed. I'm really impressed about the race today because it's really difficult. And with over the 30 cars in the track, I thought it was going to be like a 7, 10 yellows because the track is difficult. I really see in the fixed series, it's really difficult, and the people did really good job. And Glendy with 9 seconds win over the Quilla and Engrave. He did a nice job.
All right, let's get on into the interview room. And we'll clear off some stats here so I can my screen.
The point is up.
The points are up. We will take a look at the points here as we clear the B-roll. Come on back to Hunter Ingrev's stat line there. And we will bring Hunter on up into the booth here. And here he is, Hunter Ingrev, the pole sitter. Good day for you, sir. Start from the pole, fell back, fought your way back, got the bottom step of the podium there in the closing stages of the battle with Murph. Talk about your race. It wasn't an easy going out there, was it?
No, it wasn't. Very happy. Very happy. I just wanted to survive one. I've been doing a lot of dumb mistakes lately, so I just wanted to survive, take my time in this one, and yeah, I really shouldn't get P3 though. Murph definitely deserves to be up here. It was just unfortunate luck for him, but yeah, no, it was a good, clean race for the most part.
A lot of drivers having momentary handling issues. We saw a lot of different lines out there. What did you have to do to, if you had any handling issues, what did you have to do to adjust your lines out there to make it a little bit better going for you?
Basically just try to find where the clean area is, or just kind of back up the corners, and just been kind of playing with the weight jacker all night. It's been just kind of the key strategy tonight.
Well, you paid off, and then at the end there, you fought Mark, who has tons of starts in these cars, and was a former champion in multiple leagues and also an official as well. To beat him out in the closing stages is no easy thing, so congratulations on the P3. Any shout-outs, friends, family, sponsors, anyone want to say hi to before we let you go for getting this podium finish on a very difficult racetrack?
Yeah, my mom and dad, of course, for always watching these. You guys for always doing a phenomenal job. Everybody at Rogue Racing, they've helped me get a lot better. So shout out to them guys, and shout out to Ty and Glendy for taking also the podium.
Well, there you go, and a big team effort, and part of that coming home third today for Hunter Ingrev. Started on the pole, comes home third. Good day overall. Congratulations, and we'll catch you in about a month when we head to the next race at Motegi.
Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Yeah. Very happy Hunter Ingrave. Let's bring up Ty Quilla now. And here he is. Ty Quilla joining us in the booth, finishing second today, led 3 laps. But really, your thing today is that you kept it in the top 5 kind of all day long and never really allowed the leaders to kind of get out of sight. Always keeping yourself in the neighborhood and in the fight, and a difficult day out there. Again, a lot of people saying that the handling was a little off, and people had to adjust lines. It just wasn't the same old lap every single time going as you clicked off these laps for this race, was it?
No, there was certainly a little bit of variance for sure, but try to get clean air when you can. It seemed like the high line, for whatever reason, was just more stable, and if you had to take dirty air, so I kind of saw Kyle come out of nowhere, and I was like, well, he figured out something we didn't figure out. And I saw him going on the high side, making it work, and that kind of helped the rest of my race there. So glad I figured out that one a little early. I don't know if that would have been the same race if I didn't. So.
Yeah, so if it would have been a little bit longer, maybe it would have run him down. But there at the end, I mean, he had himself a 9-second lead. I mean, he had to be a dot on the horizon. But all the while, I mean, you had yourself a pretty decent gap back to third. I mean, you had plenty of pace. That second was yours to lose there in the closing stages, was it not?
Yeah, no, it was. I was afraid of Hunter. It seemed like Mark might have got damaged in something, but I was afraid Hunter was going to have pace for me there on the last few and even pull away with third or maybe second. But luckily, I was using a little bit too much weight jacker, I think, and it was getting a little loose and scrubbing some speed, so I cut it down in the dirty air a little bit, and I think that helped. So, but yeah, that was pretty fun. We had a lot of green flag running, which I wasn't expecting.
That was, and we were talking about that in the post race. A lot of green flag running out there that kind of changes your strategies a little bit. I noticed that at least on your runs, you just stayed out as long as possible. Was that the plan all along, just to stay out as long as possible, maybe to catch that lucky yellow?
Anytime I'm in practice and I spin out on the first time I leave pit lane, that's pretty much my strategy. Because you just kind of bank on something bad happening, and then it didn't really work out quite like that. But I just want to be prepared for that. So I probably could have been a little more in the fight if I went a little bit early, but I wanted to play it safe there. So.
Well, discretion sometimes is always the better part of valor. Congratulations on the P2. Any shout outs, friends, family, sponsors, anyone want to say hi to before we let you go?
Just all of road racing. Great day for us all, I believe. Big shout out to Cody. He came in 8th today. Not a lot of practice either, so well done on his part. Hunter, great P3. Clendy, nice win. Our sponsor, Techtopia, shout out to those guys. P1 Broadcasting. You guys kill it every day, week in, week out. I think that's it.
All right, well, congratulations, and we'll catch you just shy of a month or so from now when we head to Motegi.
Sounds good. You guys have a good one.
You got it. All right, and let's bring up Clendy, our defending series champion. Here he is, and defending series champion, getting off the schneid for the season, getting the win. Now ties Edson Santos all-time for the most wins in the Votive Indy Oval Series with a big win today, and you clicked on something that nobody else found, and you put a hurting on the field because 9-second gap and a 9-second margin of victory might as well be 9 laps in INDYCARs with the way that things are so even with the INDYCAR. You put a hurting on the field, sir. Congratulations on the win.
Well, thank you, Gary. Thank you very much.
Well, I mean, go ahead, elaborate. Give us some more.
Why would I give away my trade secrets? I'm just kidding. I found a little bit of something that let me protect the right rear way better than everyone else, and then I abused the right rear. So if you go and look at my practice laps from this week, I would run 2 to 3 tenths slower than everybody for the first 10 to 15 laps, and then I would run my fastest lap of the session faster than qualifying times on these old tires at the end of the setup. So shout out to Robert Malechka for making such an absolutely wonderful car to drive. It's an absolute dream. All you have to do is be patient and take care of it, and you can go as fast as you want at the end of the stint. You just got to be show a little bit of trepidation at the beginning before you can put your foot down, and then you can really beat the cows home, as they so to say.
Well, I mean, that's let's talk about that a little bit. I mean, you started 10th. You didn't have the best qual. But when the race started, first thing we're looking up front is we're seeing Hunter and Rick up there kind of swapping the lead back and forth, and then Josh Ward gets up there. And then it really seemed like a 3-car battle between those three. And then just out of nowhere, kind of, I remember on one camera shot, because your car is kind of easy to pick out with the teal, kind of a distance 5th or 6th, you were back there. And then all of a sudden, the next thing we know, you're up on the leaders. Was that really all due to you keeping track and keeping care of the right rear, and everyone else was all the while kind of abusing it? That was the big margin of victory, is that it was just keeping track of taking care of the tires, really, of what was underneath you?
A little bit of A, a little bit of B. I think they were too worried about each other and not worried about racing the racetrack instead of racing the other cars. The only time I raced other cars today was honestly when I was trying to pass Cody at the end. I could not lap him for the life of me. So shout out to Cody. He had a ton of pace today. I think I don't know if it was the 3-lap fresher tires or if he finally clicked on what I was doing earlier, because I told the stealth guys before the race what I was kind of doing. So I'm glad to see the results up and down the board from everybody. You know, Ty finished 2nd, Hunter on Shadow in 3rd, and then we had Jacob there in 6th, and Cody in 8th, and Ryan in 10th. So,
yeah.
I mean, all of the Rogue Racing cars in the top 10. That's absolutely mission accomplished, right? That's what we came here to do.
Shout outs, friends, family, sponsors, big win. And that's going to really energize your campaign now to defend this title of yours. We got the points. The points are in, and you are now the points leader by a nice little margin over Brian Campbell, who is 2nd now in points. Yeah, you have yourself a 20 points lead. That's pretty good after 2 races.
Yeah, considering I think I was 20 points back from Edson with 3 races to go last season, and I was sweating bullets thinking I could never make that up. So, yeah, and I know Ryan won't be able to make all of these just due to the nature of his work. So, who's 3rd and by how much?
We have, I think it's Craig, and he is a 38 behind you.
Okay, well, we'll see how the rest of the season pans out. I know I will be missing 1 race myself, so I'll have to build a really big buffer and see if I can overcome it.
Shout outs.
Oh, yeah, my bad. Sorry. So Techtopia Systems, first and foremost, they offer pre-built PC solutions. So I know that Gary runs a Techtopia system, so if you love how this is raced and shows up on the broadcast in 1440p with all the hardware from Techtopia, go ahead and give them a line or give them a shout on their line, and they'll get you hooked up with an absolute rocket ship of a PC almost as fast as my race car today. All of my teammates at Rogue Racing up and down the board, they're an absolute dream to work with, and all of our alliance and affiliate members. I think we've really come into our own in open. I think Gateway was a little bit of a coming out party, not the broadcast, but that week we learned a bunch. And then Pocono, I went 4 wide 4 or 5 times for the lead and was so close to winning that deal. And it would have meant a lot to me and the guys, but I can't say enough about the whole crew up and down the roster. And then shout outs to, of course, you guys at P1 Broadcasting putting on this Votive Racing League for everyone out in YouTube land. So tell your friends, tell your family, tune into the Votive Racing League in 3 Sundays, I believe. And we are back. I believe we're going to Iowa next. And sadly, I think it's new Iowa, so I will not be as good there as I was here today. But it should put on an entertaining show at least. And then the fine folks who run Segerman Farms, they're my family. So I hope they're fine folks because I know them and I love them. So shout out to Craig. I know he was watching tonight. And shout out to my dad. It was his birthday this last week. And,
all right.
shout out to all the fathers out there. I know I missed the podium on Father's Day week proper, but I got one the week before, and that's about it. I think that runs the gamut.
Congratulations on the win, sir. Defending series champion. Now the points leader gets the first win of this season for him. And now we get a little bit of a break, and we head off to Motegi next, but in a position now to get in earnest to start the campaign to defend this title. And he does it well with a big, big, big win here and a blowout win here at Atlanta. Congratulations. We'll catch you at the next one.
Thank you, Gary. Thanks, LGN.
And he gets himself out of the room. I don't have to drag him. He just I'm out. Lewis, we've done a number of races here at Atlanta, not necessarily here in Votive, but we've covered the Indy Oval Series. Of course, the official Indy Oval Series races here. The last race you and I both covered here was the Elite Racing Leagues, the Warriors for Peace IndyCar Series. And that was a chaotic ending there. Today, not a lot of chaos at the end, but I think there was a lot of chaos on the racetrack. And a lot of it we didn't catch because I think a lot of these guys did a really good job at keeping these cars underneath them at times when it wanted to bust loose and just head to the wall.
Yeah, it was a good race. I always say pretty. It's not pretty always. It was a good race, and I keep in mind this. All the people want to put a championship. It started from, okay, let's put one fast repair, maybe one fast repair to the next season, and then it started to progress to no more fast repair because it included me. When I see the fast repair, I seen two chances. The first chance to show everyone my balls, basically, how I can drive and how I can go on front. And the second chance is like, okay, I already did. Now I'm going to slow down and try to defend them myself to the end. But here you have only one chance. That's what I said. The only one chance, and that's it. That's the only thing. That's why the championship is getting more good. We did, like I said, 1 hour and 6 minutes. And we have only 5 cautions. So 5 cautions with 39 cars. So that's a good.
Very good. Very good. And on a very difficult track. I mean, how many times did we see drivers get loose and catch it?
Yeah, we see 2-3 times Rick Raven and older cars getting hit the wall and went the black flag. So it doesn't matter if he clearly won the race, but he catch the adjustment. And he did a good job. Murphy did a good job, but he have an issue with somebody. Also, Shane also did a good job. Stay in what is the position? 6 or 7, 8.
Yeah, he came home 7th. Yeah, Shane Coker. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was a good race. So I'm gonna say proud because when we see this big ground on the track, I start to remember Phoenix. I start to remember Texas. I start to remember things like Michigan also too. I remember the first race on Votive last season is Michigan. Oh, that's good. And then boom, disaster, and we think it's gonna be a mix of stuff. But anyways, they did a good job, and we're gonna be off for almost a month.
Yeah, here's the schedule one more time. Only one race for the entire month of July, so everyone can get a lot of practice in, and it'll be at Twin Ring Motegi, and then only one race for the month of August. So really, there's only 2 races between now and September. So a lot of these guys are going to have plenty of practice time to make up for a slow start to the season. So, and the league gives lots of practice opportunities, do they?
They make a practice. I already not walking, but checking around, and they make a lot of practice around. It's all we have this practice for 2 hours, 3 hours, and 2 hours and 3 hours. That's pretty. It's make it a lot of approach for everyone to understand the car. If you don't want it, like a Lionheart did, they did for a week 3 or more than 8 practice in the week.
Yeah.
And if the people don't want it to practice and then show up for the same race, well, that's the surprise you get it. This hot place, hot track, and difficult around, and that's the issue with the people don't practice. So.
You don't have much of an excuse when you don't practice for this league.
Exactly.
Right.
It's like, I already race in the other leagues, and this practice is pretty easy. But this stuff is different. So that's different between each league. So good job for everyone. See you in 3 weeks. The Votive in Motegi, and some point in Dark Horse is gonna come back in a couple of weeks more. So good job, everyone.
So that's it for tonight. Once again, your podium from Atlanta Motor Speedway. Clindy with his first win of the season, 4th overall in the series, and now ties Edson Santos for the career lead in most wins for the Votive Indy Oval Series. He's your winner tonight. Ty Quilla comes home second. Hunter Ingrave comes home in third. Join LGN and myself again Sunday, July 20th for round 3 of season 3 of the Votive Indy Oval Series. The teams and drivers head to Twin Ring Motegi in Japan. Coverage, as always, will start at approximately at 7:50 p.m. Eastern Time. Again, that's 7:50 p.m. Eastern Time. Remember, it's an all-new season, so for the correct broadcast time in your area, you can find everything right here at YouTube at youtube.com/@P1 Broadcasting. Now, as you know, the YouTube algorithm game's not easy, so please help support P1 with the weekly grind. Leave a comment below. Let us know what you thought of tonight's race. And if you enjoyed tonight's coverage, support us by smashing the like in the video. If you're new, click subscribe, and while you're at it, hit the bell for weekly reminders so don't miss out on more of P1's other iRacing programming, including this Tuesday night. It's round 3, week 3 of the iRacing INDYCAR Oval Series with a special doubleheader broadcast when the INDYCARs take to the high banks of Daytona. That's right, INDYCARs on the Daytona Oval. Ever wondered why INDYCARs don't run at Daytona? Well, tune in and find out why with our special meme race doubleheader. Race 1 starts at 8:15 p.m. Eastern Time, followed by Race 2 at 10:15 p.m. Eastern Time. I say this all the time, but when IndyCars go to Talladega, and IndyCars go to Daytona, and IndyCars go to iRacing Super Speedway, you don't want to miss it. Tune in. Track cams for this race are provided by Whiplash SimCams. Get the most out of your iRacing experience with Whiplash SimCams. To learn more about Whiplash, like them on Facebook or follow them on X and Instagram. The links are in the description. For business inquiries to learn more about P1 and what we do, like us on Facebook. You can follow us on X and Instagram. You can also follow all of our social links on Linktree. Check them out. They are in the description. So for everyone here at Votive and P1 and Luis Gonzalez Nunez, the infamous LGN, I'm Gary Gatto saying to all, happy Sunday, everybody. Thanks for watching, and to all of our men and women serving in the military and as first responders, Godspeed, God bless, and come home safe. Catch us again right here next July 20th at Motegi for the next race of the Votive Indy Oval Series. We'll see ya.